January transfer may have only just opened, but Middlesbrough have wasted no time at all in strengthening their squad. The club have already agreed a deal between 2 million and 2.5 million for the young midfielder Finn Azaz from Aston Villa. The young midfielder started his career with West Bromwich Albion, joining the club at the age of 9 before progressing through the youth ranks at the Hawthorns, before moving on to Aston Villa in 2021. Since then, he's enjoyed a number of successful loan spells with Newport County, first of all, in League Two, before joining Plymouth Argyle for last season in League One, where they secured promotion. Before returning to Plymouth Argyle once again this season, where he's played in the Championship and really impressed during his time at the club. Just from his time at Plymouth this season, and he's already made 28 appearances for the club, scored 7 goals, and contributed 5 assists along the way, which is no mean feat for a central midfielder for a club who have just secured promotion, and their ambitions will be solely on surviving and preserving their championship status. So, what do we know about Finn Azaz? Well, he's a central midfielder by trade. We know that Middlesbrough, when they are looking to bring in players into the club, they're looking for people who can come in a number of positions. That's one of the key things that Michael Carrick's looking for, that kind of versatility, someone who can come in and play in 2 or 3 different positions within the team to kind of give him the options in terms of rotating his squad, but also alternating tactics during a match as well, so they can kind of keep the opponents guessing as opposed to what they're going to be. With regards to what they're going to be doing during a match. Now, Finn Azaz is he's a central midfielder first of all by trade. I think his main position when he comes into Middlesbrough will be slotting into that central midfield role where he'll be competing for a spot alongside Johnny Howson, Hayden Hackney, and Dan Barlaser. From my personal opinion, I can see him being a long-term successor to Johnny Howson. Obviously, Howson is he's a Middlesbrough legend, a modern-day Middlesbrough legend, but he's not getting any younger, and so Middlesbrough will be looking to the summer and beyond with regards to what they're going to do with Howson and how big a role he's going to play moving forward. So I could certainly see Azaz coming in and sort of like filling that void in the centre of midfield. I think as far as Middlesbrough are concerned as well, I think in terms of a starting position in the team, I could see him coming in and maybe the first choice duo being Hayden Hackney and Finn Azaz in that central midfield area. That'd be a really exciting pairing. Whether they kind of offer enough defensively will be a different matter. I could certainly see that being the number one pairing with Dan Barlaser, probably on current form, being the other person to drop out for the team and maybe have to battle back to kind of earn his spot in the side. But as I said, Azaz is a player who can play in numerous positions as well. That central midfield role is his primary position, but he can also play in that number 10 role, which obviously Middlesbrough have sort of struggled with a little bit this season as well, with Mick Crooks playing there and Sam Greenwood and Riley McGree, but he can also play off the left flank as well. So that does give Middlesbrough some real options there. He can play in that central midfield role, but he can also slot in ahead of McGree, ahead of Greenwood, ahead of Crooks in those attacking areas as well. And as we've seen this season, he's certainly got an eye for goal as well. So he's someone who really does offer that kind of goal threat and someone who I could certainly see fitting into to Michael Carrick's plans. So yeah, the deal that's been agreed is between 2 and 2.5 million pounds, depending on which source you're looking at. The Athletic have reported it at 2.5 million pounds, and they're often a reliable source when it comes to transfer news of this sort. So even that is a great deal for Middlesbrough for a player who's 23 years of age, someone who's got his best years ahead of him, someone who is already showing that he's more than capable of shining in the Championship. So yeah, I think for Middlesbrough it's a very exciting start to the January transfer window. I think there'll be more signings to come over the coming weeks and months. In terms of Azaz, his availability, he will be cup tied for the Carabao Cup semi-final against Chelsea. But if the deal is done in time, he could make his debut in the FA Cup third round against Aston Villa on Saturday, assuming that everything goes through and that Aston Villa give him the required permissions to do that if they get the deal done in time. So yeah, it could be a baptism of fire for Azaz as he steps into the Middlesbrough team for the first time. Obviously, Middlesbrough are struggling with injuries at the moment. We're in no position to ease anyone into the team, but as I said, he's been playing regularly during the first half of the season. He knows what the Championship's all about, having thrived there for Plymouth in the opening months of this season. So, should that deal go through at the time of recording, the deal has been agreed but hasn't been completed. But that's expected to go through imminently. He should come into the team, should be fighting fit, ready to compete for a starting spot and hopefully it could be the start of a very exciting January for Middlesbrough. So let me know what you think of the deal. I know it's been a bit of an impromptu video, yeah, a little bit of a whistle stop tour of what Finn Azaz is about and what Middlesbrough fans can expect from him. But do let me know what you think of the signing in the comments below. And if you do enjoy this video, then please do subscribe to the channel as well. And hopefully there'll be more transfer news to come in the coming days and weeks.